I know how to do it.
We need to create a better one-scoring environment.
First thing you do,
fire him.
go out and get a couple of corner outfielders that can hit home runs.
Yeah.
Boom, run-scoring environment created.
This is the 10 Minutes with Andrew podcast.
Smoking in the boys' room. Now teacher don't film it up with the rule. 'Cause everybody knows that smoking is loudest.
Welcome back to 10 Minutes with Andrew. I'm, of course, Andrew, and I'm again joined by Dad Mark Chansey. Welcome back to the show.
Marky Tropicana. When are you going to get it through your head? Marky Tropicana.
But when I introduce us, we have to say, like, the actual name.
No, this is my stage name now, and I may go to court and have it made permanently to Marky Tropicana. So that's Motley Crue. You don't know Motley Crue?
Why not Mark Tropicana? What's
I'm on to the music now. We'll talk later.
All right.
Okay? Smoking in the boys' room. We're probably going to be banned for playing that because you're not, you mentioned smoking or anything now. You're shunned. Anyway, that was Smoking in the
Shunned
Boys'
from
Room.
society.
A lot of people don't know. That was a remake. It was a band called Brownsville Station, released it in 1973. I was 1 year old.
Wow.
Yeah, it hit number 3 on Billboard's Hot 100 in 1973. Motley Crue remade it in 1985. I was 13 years old and still too young to be smoking in the boys' room.
So
And I'm not going to say any more than that because Nana might be listening.
is the original better than the Motley Crue version?
I don't recall hearing the original.
Oh.
It was Brownville Station off their album entitled Yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah with an exclamation mark, so it has to be pronounced Yeah. And it was again covered on a tribute album to Motley Crue. A bunch of country artists did a tribute album. Leanne Rimes covered it. And I haven't heard that version. Could be interesting to hear that version.
From that
a
little-
lot
from that
of
little-
country bands do that.
Yeah.
They do a tribute. They did tribute to the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Common Thread was the name of the album. It was a bunch of country artists that did Eagle songs. I guess that's a way
Yeah.
for country music to be heard a little bit more mainstream.
I very much enjoyed that little clip of the song I did hear just here. I did enjoy that.
You like, yeah?
I did like that.
Yeah. Don't you ever smoke in the boys' room.
I won't.
And certainly don't smoke in the girls' room.
I'm assuming the boys' room is the boys' bathroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The boys' room.
Boys' room.
Men's room, girls' room,
There you go.
women's room,
That makes more
powder
sense.
room.
Whatever you
So,
want to call it.
you want to go back to Marky Tropicana or you want to move on to something else?
Why can't it be Mark Tropicana? What does Marky have to do with it? Why can't it just be Mark? Why Marky?
Marky. Marky Tropicana. Doesn't that just roll off your tongue?
But Mark Tropicana would be easier.
Easier?
It would just make more sense.
You find two-syllable words a little tough, do you?
No. It's Marky. Just doesn't have a like. It just doesn't.
Well, anyway, the Tropicana boys,
Yeah.
Andy Tropicana and Marky Tropicana, were out yesterday with one of our favorite golfing duos. I say one of our favorites because the O'Reillys are up there.
Yep.
But Gramps and Graham are up there too,
That. Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
I think it might be tied.
played another 18 with the O'Reillys, who are super fun to play with.
They are very.
O'Reilly
fun.
Sr. wore out near the end, though, and he
Yeah.
packed it in a little early and was
He
a
has
spectator.
He has bad needs.
No, he was up early, he told me. He usually gets up around 10, 11 in the morning. He was up at like 7, 8, so...
That's not my speed.
That was... No, but he's retired. He's 73 years old, I learned yesterday,
Yeah.
and retired from teaching. Wonderful man.
Wonderful.
We had a good round.
Human being.
How you hitting the ball?
Driver was fantastic
Well, you're hitting the ball well. You know the moment it changed for you?
on the range.
Yeah, but remember what was said to you, and all of a sudden, it
Smack
clicked.
the ass of the ball.
Did you have to use that word? Now we're going to be... Now we're going to put up a 18-plus rating on
No, we
this.
don't.
I said, look at the back of the ball and smack the arse of the ball, didn't I?
Yeah.
And from that point on, every ball left in that basket, you striped it.
Yeah.
Whether you're using an iron or a driver, and you had your best range session ever, and I've never seen you hit the ball better. Matter of fact, some of your drives yesterday, you outdrove me on 2 holes, the last 2, but I hit 2 poor shots. But you had some real manly type drives
but
yesterday.
you hit poor shots. That was why I outdrove you.
Doesn't matter. You outdrove me. Take credit when credit's given, because you're not going to get it much from me.
No, I know that.
All right. So, we're 5 minutes in and haven't done anything yet.
Isn't that wrong with that?
Okay. So,
Chatting is fine.
what are we doing today?
Today we're reading some tweets.
Monfils, I think. Monfils?
I don't know what that is.
My son.
My son.
I can't remember. I think it's Monfils, and Fils is a dot. I don't know. We'll try not to do the.
We're reading some tweets today.
Oh, today we're reading some tweets, are we?
We are indeed.
I'm ready for that. I will say, you did not give me a copy of the tweet, so I'm going to have to listen intently as you read them.
I do have a copy here, yes.
If you want me to comment on them.
But before we get into the tweets, I have this is around the trade deadline, which was last week. Or this week, actually. It was this past Tuesday.
Oh, I know it was this week because you had me working Tuesday, Wednesday.
I didn't want to bring it
and
up.
here I am Sunday.
didn't want to bring it up.
3 days.
I didn't want to bring it up.
It's not 10 minutes with Andrew, man. It's a whole week with Andrew for me.
I didn't want to bring it up. So Tuesday we did like a live to recap everything. We had some breaking news that happened during that live. But
I planned that for you.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
The day after or during the game Tuesday night the Blue Jays had, Ross Atkins, the genius that he is, spoke to the media after the deadline. And the big quote coming out of that was, "I'm disappointed that we're here, and it's unacceptable that we're here, and I'm sorry to our fans for that." He doesn't sound accountable.
No, and there's another worrisome piece for me there. I read an article this week that had John Schneider quoted saying that we're not doing a full rebuild.
Yeah, that was on the score. Yeah, I read that.
We're retooling. So, being the extra intelligent mind that I am. Okay, maybe not. Just being the guy that I am, I read into that him and Rossi and Marky Shapiro have already met and decided that this was a one-off. We're going to all be back together next year. Because never does the manager make those comments if he thinks he's in trouble, especially.
Never.
But I have the sense for him to be able to say that, they've had a conversation about what they're doing and who's going to be around. And guess what?
They're
all going to be around next year.
They're all staying.
They're going to excuse this season as a one-off, which they said the season before that was a one-off. The players didn't play to their potential. This year is a one-off from the one-off, so that's a two-off. They're all going to be back next year. So anyway, and back, grading the trade deadline work of Ross Atkins, people are saying it was a pretty good trade deadline for him, and I even said that too. But I'm going to say this. He didn't have to do anything.
No.
All he has to do is say, hello? Yes.
But we did mention that
hello?
We did mention that Kikuchi return was fantastic.
Yeah, but I don't think he had to do anything there.
But he was just going to call up and say, we'll give you two of our best prospects and another one for Yusei Kikuchi.
All he had to do in that case is answer the phone and say yes or no. That's all he did. Luckily, he figured out how to answer his phone.
Speaking of Yusei Kikuchi, by the way, had a fantastic outing a couple of days ago.
Good for Yusei.
11 strike.
Now, if Yusei comes back to us, I don't know. If Yusei doesn't come back, that will tell us, to me, something about how they feel they're treated as players.
Yeah, and we had the report came out that they offered Danny Jansen a multi-year extension, and he didn't like it because I don't think it was money good for him or something. But
I'm kind of glad
which makes me think the Blue Jays might have lowballed him. But anyway,
I like Danny Jansen as a guy that tries to win every night, but always hurt, and his slumps are legendary.
Yeah, but I'd take him over Kirk in a heartbeat.
Now, in the meantime, he's gone to Boston, and Turner's gone to Seattle. Is that right, Seattle?
Seattle. Yep.
Yeah. Neither of them can stop hitting the ball now. No. Just ripping the cover off the ball. Good for them.
That's true.
Good for them. Maybe they get out from the cloud that they were under and they're free again.
I'd still take Danny over Kirk in a heartbeat, though.
Danny, oh yeah, I would too. Yeah. I'd like to take Marino.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Ready for the first tweet?
I forgot what we're doing.
Read some tweets.
Oh, right.
Ready for the first tweet? I'm waiting for the drum roll.
I'm ready for the tweet, and you want a drum roll. Boy, you gotta give me more warning than that. I'm working the buttons pretty good this morning, hey?
Yeah?
That's because the coffee's kicking in. Now, read them slowly, because I gotta concentrate. I don't have them in front of me.
I will read them slowly. Okay. This one doesn't have anything to do with the deadline, really, but it's just funny. If you had told me back in December that in 2024, Kevin Kiermaier, Kevin Biggio, Teoscar Hernandez, and Shohei Ohtani would be playing together on the same team, I would have believed you and thought you were talking about the Toronto Blue Jays.
I remember that one because I did read that one. And to me, it was a good tweet. To me, it outlines where the season went wrong.
Yeah.
I think Ross actually thought Shohei Ohtani was coming,
Yep.
and he was the answer. Job done. And when Shohei didn't sign here,
He scrambled.
now what do we do?
Cody Bellinger,
Well,
and he didn't come here either.
didn't do a whole lot, right?
Nope.
So the grandmaster plan was sign the greatest baseball player today, and everybody will love you, and move on from there. That didn't happen. He didn't have a plan B, and we paid for it dearly. That's what that tweet made me think. That all of our eggs were in the Shohei Ohtani basket, and that basket didn't have a bottom, and all of the eggs fell out.
But now Kevin Kiermaier, Kevin Biggio, Teoscar Hernandez, and Shohei Ohtani all play for the Dodgers.
They do. And Teoscar is tearing the cover off the baseball. He was 3 for
absolutely.
4 again last night. Kevin just can't seem to get it going. He's hitting 198 on the year, and
And Shohei's just Shohei.
I don't know what's going to come of Kevin, and Shohei is just Shohei, just MVP numbers every year.
And it's the same with Judge. Who the Blue Jays are playing the Yankees right now, and Judge had a home run number 41 last night or yesterday.
Yeah, he's a scary dude.
He's scary.
Yeah.
And he's tall.
So I like that tweet,
Yep.
and you would have thought that the way things were being talked about around
The
Christmas
whole
time,
Ohtani playing thing, yeah.
it was ugly. Anyway,
was ugly.
We didn't have a response for not getting Ohtani.
Nope.
And
Right.
so,
That-
are we
this-
on to the next tweet?
Yeah, most of these are negative.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
The
You were
last
talking
one-
about the Blue Jays. You were going to the last one?
No. I'm not going to the last one.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to say the last one could be sarcasm. I'm not totally sure.
Number 2. Drum roll was
People-
already played.
People applauding the Blue Jays having a fire sale is hilarious. This entire mess was caused by Ross Atkins, and it all started by his sluggish, sloth-like offseason, which we just mentioned. In any other business, if you fail this big, you are immediately turfed. Atkins needs to go.
3 dings for that one. It's like I wrote that one.
Yeah.
Totally. 100%. I don't know how you can be this bad at your job and keep it.
It's totally true.
But good for him.
The first line of this, people applauding the Blue Jays having a fire sale, is hilarious. But people are only applauding it because they needed to
I
do
think
that.
they're applauding the good return we had at
Yes.
trade deadline, which, I wouldn't get that excited.
Yeah, because we haven't seen what's going to happen with him yet.
Got a few prospects, but prospects are prospects.
Until they turn into something.
If they don't turn into anything, we lose again,
Yep.
right?
We lose again.
So we'll see.
By the way, rough start for Nate Pearson, by the way, in Chicago.
Did he pitch again or just the first
No,
start?
I was up top about the first time, right?
Oh,
he
yeah.
got ejected for hitting a guy in the head.
Yeah, did he actually hit him or just come close?
I'm not totally sure. I know
I
he got
never, I
ejected.
never saw it, but yeah, anyway,
Anyway,
what are you going to do?
third tweet.
Third tweet. You want another
There's
drum roll?
5, by the way.
5. This is my number 3 drum roll. Notice how it's different from number 2?
Definitely. I
Yeah.
can hear the difference.
hear
I
the
can hear the difference.
Yeah.
Almost a full decade in, folks, thinking we can simulate baseball games instead of playing them. Sorry doesn't even begin to cut it. Watching Seattle and Baltimore move forward while we're just in a pure dumpster fire. Sorry, just get out of the GM chair. Again,
I wrote that one.
you wrote that one too?
Yeah, he's in year 9 and nothing really to show for it.
Him and Shapiro, year 9.
Year 9. How you can go 9 years of totally doing nothing, and he's right about the simulator thing. It's like he's playing
MLB The Show.
fantasy baseball,
Yeah.
and just because the numbers are what they are in the computer, they should be better than they are on the field. Doesn't work that way, Ross.
It doesn't at all.
But someday, one day, you're going to move on from this organization, and that's the day I look forward to, because you have
too.
brought us on a steep downhill slope over the last few years. But thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
You said these were a bit negative. I say they are a bit negative.
Seattle and Baltimore moving on is funny because Baltimore, only a couple of years ago, was an awful team.
But
and
they
then
drafted and
they
developed,
just
and now they
yeah.
have a team of superstars that you've never heard of.
No, I mean, Mountcastle, you kind of heard of him, but
I know, but there's no Judge on that team. There's no Ohtani. They're just fellas
Nope.
that know how to play baseball and go out. And what do they want to do every game?
Win.
Win. That's all they care about, winning. Mm-hmm. What number are we up to? 4.
4. The poor pitchers of the Blue Jays, man, just getting relied on every night.
Well, we chatted about this yesterday playing golf. Like, how do those guys even stay in it now?
I don't know. I
They
really
have
don't know.
all of August, September, of going out there making starts that mean absolutely nothing other than
Nothing.
to their own numbers. You're risking injury for no reason at all. It's got to be hard for these starting pitchers to get up for the games, but if they can, good for them. They are professionals. They're getting paid well, but I really hope none of them get hurt in September and we lose them for start of next year for some reason, or more Tommy Johns are coming. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? So you want a number 4?
Yep.
Quattro.
Got it. So this is the Jays starting lineup we're going to see. Where's KK? Where's Jano? They've been replaced by prospects. This is not the Jays lineup I saw on opening day. The worst trade deadline ever in the history of the Blue Jays. That's a little far.
Well, I've never really paid that much attention to trade deadlines when the team is not in it.
No.
I don't know that there's been many cases where the team was expected to be in it and fell off by July. And I don't know if I remember a time recently, certainly, where we did a little retool. The only ones I remember are when you're in it and then you want to know who we're getting to make the stretch run. Like
Yeah.
the year they went and got Price and
Yeah, but
Tulo.
they were below 500 at that point.
They were a game under 500 at the trade deadline, and they came back to win the American League East. Yep, that was
was their best chance
That
to
was
win.
in the good old days.
That was their best chance of winning a
when
World
the
Series.
team could come back from being down 5 runs in a game.
Yep.
But we're on to greener pastures now.
But you know, it's funny because I saw somebody talk about how Ross Atkins' whole thing a couple of years ago was run prevention. Like that's what he built it around, was run prevention.
Defense first.
Yes. But in this media call, or one of the interviews he did afterward, someone asked him what's he's going to do now. And his quote was, and I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something like, "We need to create a better run scoring environment." So he totally flipped it on its head.
Can he not just say we need to score more runs?
He went from run prevention to run scoring.
We need to create a better run scoring environment.
That's exactly what he said.
Everything's about environments for this guy. Messages, content, and delivery of the messages.
As long as there's complete buy-in, he's
We
happy.
need to create a better run scoring environment. We need to hit more. That's
Just
what we
say
need
that.
to do. We
Just
need to
say
hit
it.
more. Please.
Just say it,
Gosh.
idiot.
What was that article said? Bafflegab. Mr. Bafflegab.
Mr. Bafflegab.
Whatever comes out of his mouth, you have to take a few seconds to figure out what it was exactly he said. We need to create a better run scoring environment. Okay, Ross.
All right.
Are we up to the last one?
We are indeed.
All right, let me hit my drum kit here. This is my number 5 drum roll. Little different at the end here. There you go.
I can definitely hear it.
I know you can.
25 Blue Jays. This is like 2025 Blue Jays.
Yep.
Went from having a bleak outlook to Horwitz, Martinez, Loperfido, Schneider, Barger, Clase, plus more ready to contribute on essentially free contracts and MLB terms. Really excited about this collection of talent.
Now I'm suffering with this one, struggling with this one because I'm like Sheldon Cooper on The Big Bang Theory. I think that's sarcasm. I really think that's sarcasm, but I don't know for sure. So for the person that wrote it, who may or may not be seeing this, I apologize. I'm going to treat that as sarcasm.
Okay.
Because I think what he's saying is we went from a team that was supposed to do well to a team of AAA guys we've never heard of before that are going to be our guys next year.
I can't imagine somebody being happy about that.
No, if that's the team you want to go out and pay money to watch, but see, that's why I think it's sarcasm.
Speaking of Spencer Horwitz, by the way, he's hitting like 158 in the last like month or two. He's terrible now.
Well, that's not a surprise.
No.
When he was hitting over 300 for a while. You have to remember, these guys are AAA players
They are.
that have been rushed into the majors. Some of them might not be major league ball players, right? These
Yeah.
are the prospects that have to turn into something.
Davis Schneider wasn't even AAA. He was like below that. It was ridiculous.
You got to love his attitude and his hustle, but you know, there's a limit to what he can do at the major league level, and he's hit his ceiling, and it isn't very good.
No, not at all.
Especially offensively. So if we're going to create a better offensive, what is it?
Run scoring
environment. I don't see how Davis Schneider plays into that, because you have to be able to hit with some kind of regularity to be a Major League Baseball player. And 200 averages don't cut it.
Run scoring environment sounds like something you say when you want to like create a better workplace for somebody.
I know how to do
We need
it.
to create a better one-scoring environment.
First thing you do,
fire him.
go out and get a couple of corner outfielders that can hit home runs.
Yeah.
Boom, run scoring environment created. We always had that, and the good teams do. They get lots of home runs from their corner outfielders. All of them.
Yeah, I mean, we were golfing with the O'Reillys, not yesterday, but a couple of days ago on the small course, the North course. We were talking about Vladdy, and they want Vladdy the extension to get done. And, you know, we talked about how we don't want to give him $300 million exactly, but, I mean, he's hitting well now, but again, like you said, it's just when the games don't matter. But
Well, that's what I think, too.
I mean,
when the pressure's not on, Vladdy thrives.
but I'd just like to say, I know this is just, but I'd just like to say, the greatest thing Vladdy ever did was get a haircut. Because
Well,
ever since he's got
numbers
the
since the
haircut, he's been
haircut
absolutely ridiculous.
So the whole team should just get their head shaved.
Maybe. I mean,
See what happens. No, I'm not against signing Vladdy to a long-term extension.
just not $300 million.
It's the money that I'm worried about. Vladdy, you want to give him $25 million over 10 years? That's the cap. That is the cap.
But the problem
if he
with that
gets
is-
into the $300 and $400 million range, you have massively overpaid.
He's already making basically $20 million this year.
Yeah, so $5 million is a raise, and it's over 10 years.
But he's not going to take that.
No, not a chance.
No.
But if he doesn't, move on from him. We cannot cash strap ourselves with a fella that, to this point, has not performed once when the games matter.
But I think you mentioned it. I think if Vladdy were going to be extended, it would have been done by now. I think that's the truth of the matter. I don't think the Blue Jays have a full interest in bringing this guy back.
I think the reality is they are miles apart on the money.
Yep.
I think Rogers and Mark and Ross probably are around the $250 range, while he's around the $350 range.
Yeah.
$100 million is a bit of a bridge, right?
What did I see? I think I saw something that said that Vladdy's going to see whatever Juan Soto gets in free agency this
Yeah,
year, and he's going to
please.
look for that.
You're-
Juan Soto's going to get like $500 million. You're not getting that.
You're comparing yourself to the wrong people. Look at Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman got over 6 years.
Yeah, look at the money he's getting. And first baseman generally, this came from the O'Reillys too,
It did, yeah.
don't get paid that kind of money usually.
Nope.
And Freddie Freeman, I would take Freddie Freeman over Vladdy in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
If there was an option now to say even trade, yep, do it.
I absolutely would too, but you know the thing about Freddie Freeman is he's a bit older.
But it's good if you're Vladdy to value yourself high.
Yeah,
Someone will pay it.
somebody.
I just hope it's not the Blue Jays overpaying for him because he's, like I said, he's hot now, but these games mean nothing.
I think-
and he was nothing when we needed him.
I think the Blue Jays are going to just bring him to arbitration again this year, get him for another year, and then we're going to see what happens after that.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, on the Bo Bichette thing, I think he's probably getting traded in the offseason. I don't think he wants to be here
I
anymore.
don't get a sense he wants to stick around. I think Bo wants to go to a winner, and I don't think he's seen the plan to win.
No.
I don't think what was it again? Creating a...
Better run scoring environment.
I don't think he's buying into the better run scoring environment. Let's create a better run scoring environment for our players. Okay.
It's like create a better workplace for our workers and staff.
Oh, good for them. So we got any more?
No,
That's it, hey?
it is.
So I guess I can hit the outro music and you can do your thing.
Like, you can.
We're supposed to be golfing today. Forecast is for some showers that were supposed to start a while ago. Not yet, but
This is new. Oh, you're happy to know I closed the window
You
as
did
well.
close, so
he
I'm
he can't look at the falling fence.
I'm not nearly as concerned when it doesn't catch my eye as much, right?
Right, makes sense.
Anyway, that's it. Take it away, my son.
So thank you for listening and watching this episode of 10 Minutes with Andrew. Find us on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. We'll be back in the middle of the week with a Would You Rather.
I don't get a holiday?
You get a couple of days now.
Okay. See you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on notifications to be notified when we upload new content. You can also connect with us at andrewchansey.com.